welcome back. So this next theme, we're gonna dig into what is self-care and what is truly authentic self-care. So self-care is a commonly used phrase or hashtag that we see that kind of can validate us in doing whatever we want, whatever feels good in the moment, and leads to instant gratification, but doesn't really sustain us over the long term. We often confuse material and external substance as a form of self-care. Self-care is not hedonistic blowing off of steam, but a commitment you make to nurture your body, your mind, your spirit, and your emotions and thoughts. So self-care is not indulgence, but reflection, awareness, and a commitment that you make. So I could eat chocolate all day, every day, and call that self-care, but is that really leading to my long-term physical care? Or I could buy all my favorite things and call it self-care, but will this really lead to my financial well-being? I could numb all of my stressful thoughts and emotions with substance, but would that really be an experience of my wholeness? So even though these things are things that might be part of a daily life, we just have to be mindful that what we're calling self-care is truly a commitment to our long-term wholeness. So what I've learned is that true and authentic self-care requires that I dig a little deeper. My genuine self-care is required that I'm honest with myself about what truly is nurturing for me. Honest reflection and awareness has been an essential part of my self-care practice, and I believe all self-care practices. And sometimes this kind of self-reflection can be even painful as we toss off some of our old habits or perceptions of ourselves. But it's what helps us to understand the truth of what we really need and how we truly can offer care to ourselves. So consider, how would you care for a client? How would you care for a small child? And then how do you care for yourself with the same authentic way that really is deeply nurturing, leading to your full aliveness and wholeness? So that's the idea behind authentic self-care. So it's important to note, self-care, your plan is going to look different, and every plan that everyone's creating as they go through this course is going to be individualized for them. But there are some things that are universal about self-care. So one thing is that self-care is not selfish. So we can let go of that idea right here and now that because I'm taking some time to reflect, I'm taking some time for my body, I'm taking some time for myself, that's selfish in any way. What we can say also is that self-care is essential. It is absolutely non-negotiable. It is directly related to our ability to function in the world, and particularly for helping professionals. In order for us to guide others, we have to do this work ourselves. But what we can say is that when you are engaging in authentic self-care for yourself, it'll be deeply nurturing. It will give you the experience of aliveness. It will make you feel connected to your body. It will help you to be more present to the things that make you feel resilient and joyful. It helps you to really see the truth of yourself and connect with that truth on a regular basis. It's also doing the work to recognize when you're falling out of alignment and then intentionally doing things to bring yourself back to balance. So self-care can be real, an event, or it can be completely uneventful. In one of the live trainings, one of my favorite parts of someone's self-care plan was that they were going to have a whole day that they had nothing to do. So it can be uneventful. This shouldn't be adding to your to-do list. Self-care can cost nothing, or it can be as extravagant as you want. And it's anything that truly makes you feel whole and nourished and alive. So with that in mind, let's move now into a physical practice of self-compassion and self-care. And then from there, we'll go ahead and do a meditation around how we care for ourselves and offer ourselves compassion. And then we'll do some reflecting and then integrate self-care and authentic self-care into the plan that we've been working on.